The entire Finnish-Russian border is closed for the second time. Immediately after the Finnish government decided to open two crossings on December 14, 2023, they were stormed again by illegal migrants. According to Finnish Prime Minister Petteri Orpo, Russia is conducting a hybrid attack, so Helsinki decided to close all border crossings. As a result, migrants stopped coming to the Finnish border from the Russian Federation.
We are intensively monitoring the border throughout the area. Not a single asylum seeker has arrived at Niirala border station since it was closed. Finnish border guard in a comment to IL.
The first report of illegal migrants trying to cross the Russian-Finnish border appeared in early November. By the middle of the month, there were already hundreds of them. Russian border guards provided them with bicycles and led them through the Russian border checkpoints without Schengen visas. After Finland closed all crossings except for the northmost one, the migrants got there as well. All thanks to the regular bus organized by Russian authorities. Under their control, so-called escorts set a price list for crossing the border. The migrants paid $1,200 each. $500 were handed over to the Russian border guard and another $200 to the driver.
At the beginning of November, Russian officers got in touch. Russia started letting migrants through about a month and a half ago, and we learned about it through the officers with whom we have contacts. I only bring people to the border, and then the Russian border guards take care of them. They give them bicycles to cross the border to Finland. From the publication in Russian media, The Insider.
Migrants were helped not only with logistics, but also with documents for a fee. On average, it costs them $4,000 to $5,000 to obtain a visa or even a business invitation from the Russian Federation. Investigative journalists learned about these sums from the so-called escorts themselves. This is how they found out the entire process, from drawing up the documents for a bribe to the direct crossing of the Russian border. It is controlled by the Russian authorities and security forces.
Control over the migrant traffic starts as early as at the airport when refugees arrive in Russia, where they are met by a certain colonel and helped to pass the border. Now, against the backdrop of the closed Finnish border, smugglers and dealers are offering all refugees to go to Belarus again, where they will drop the migrants off in a forest near the Polish border and show them an approximate direction. From the publication in Russian media, The Insider.
Organizing migration crisis is one of the ways of hybrid aggression, which Russia has done several times. They sent thousands of people to the territory of the EU and NATO countries. Among them could be saboteurs, terrorists, and agents of the Russian security services. On one hand, Russia is trying to destabilize the situation in Finland and the EU as a whole, and on the other hand, to mobilize its own population.
Naturally, they will use hybrid such forms of aggression when they use the migration tool to destabilize the situation on the border and also to undermine the internal component, because migration is a very sensitive issue that directly affects the mood inside NATO member states.
According to Finnish customs officials, since the beginning of November 2023, almost 1,500 migrants from Syria, Iraq, Yemen, Somalia, Ethiopia and Egypt have crossed the Russian-Finnish border and seek asylum in the European Union. Today, they are all in the Finland waiting for their cases to be considered. According to the decision of Helsinki, the border will be closed until at least January 14, 2024. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Valeria Nikipelova, UATV News.